Good morning. Start from a seated position on your mats, comfortably, rooting into the earth with your sitting bones. And take a moment to flip your palms open, willing to receive energy. And start slowing down your breath. Tapping into your Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, audibly breathing just like a sigh. See if you can imagine that you're lengthening through the crown of your head. Notice how that brings the back of your neck back just a little bit so that it's in line with the rest of your spine. For yoga, we tap into our belly breaths with our Ujjayi breath, which means we let our bellies expand. So even though energetically we're drawing our belly buttons to our spine, we're not clenching our bellies so much so that when we breathe, they can't expand. So just like you're a Buddha, imagine your belly is expanding into your lap when you breathe. Inhale and really push your belly out, drawing the air deep into your lungs, into your body. And exhale. On your next exhale, exhale to empty and pause at the bottom for a moment. Inhale. Pause at the top of your breath, part your lips and audibly Om. And one more. Today's class is going to be about opening, expanding, and aligning. When we open our hearts, when we expand our bodies into the moment, it signals to our brain that we belong here, that we deserve to take up space, that we're sure of ourselves and we trust ourselves. Sometimes our body language can tell us how we're feeling on the inside, and sometimes our body language can inform how we feel on the inside. So when we feel small, we may automatically bring our shoulders in. We may curve ourselves to protect ourselves. When you find yourself collapsing, can you expand into the moment? Align your body and open up and just see how changing your physical bodies, what you're demonstrating with your physical body can influence how you feel. So for today's class, I want you to take up space, find some free movement, and truly expand from your inner center outwards, beyond your body, and focus on expanding into the room, into the moment that you're in. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to bow into your heart and thank yourself for being here today. your seated position, you can bring your hands to your knees. We're going to do some spirals, so just make sure, once again, that your sitting bones are rooted into the earth. Maybe pull your glutes back and hold on to your knees. We're going to inhale, begin to swing your chest forward, shoulders back, and exhale, curve your spine back and swing to the back. Inhale, swing forward, chest comes forward. And exhale back, curve your spine. Follow your own breath, going in circles, pivoting on your sitting bones. Maybe giving your sitting bones a little bit of a massage as you begin to open up the shoulders, the chest, the back. Always linking your movement with your breath. Inhale when you come forward and exhale when you curve your spine back. Really put your chest in between your shoulders when you come forward. And really curve your shoulders over your chest when you go back. The next time you come forward, pause for a moment. Make sure your shoulders are onto your back, your chest is forward, and your neck is back. And then begin to spin in the opposite direction. Moving slow with your breath, feeling the integrity of each transition. The next time you come forward, pause. And sit up straight. Align your spine, align your neck. Shoulders back, maybe your palms flip up. Take your right hand and reach for your left ear and gently guide your head to your right shoulder. We're not pulling, we're simply guiding by gently placing our hands on our head. And you can extend, imagine that you're drawing your left shoulder down towards the earth. Send your breath to your muscles in your neck and imagine that your breath can literally expand and soften your muscles. Two more breaths. Remember your belly breath, allowing your belly to expand. Using your right hand, push the right side of your head to lift your head up so you're not straining the muscles you just stretched. Take a moment to feel the crown of your head elevating towards the ceiling. With your left hand, touch the right side of your head and gently guide your left ear, to your left shoulder. Imagine drawing your right shoulder down towards the earth. We're not pulling our heads, we're gently guiding. Breathe into the tight places in your muscles, sending your breath to the right side of your neck. Expanding from within, and exhale any tension that you're holding. your left hand on the left side of your head, gently guide your head back to neutral. Come over onto your hands and knees. Curl your toes under, spread your fingers wide. Your wrist creases face the front of your mat. Make sure you're plugging in through the four corners of your palm so that you're not dumping your weight into the outer edges of your palms where your pinkies are. With your toes curled under, your knees under your hip bones, and your hands just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your sitting bones, lift your gaze. And exhale, curve your spine towards the ceiling. Tailbone comes in, head looks towards your tailbone. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. This is your cow pose. And exhale, curve your spine towards the ceiling. Tailbone comes in, head comes in. This is your cat pose. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Continue pulsing with your breath from cow to cat. Warming up the spine. And press up and back into downward facing dog, inverted V. Pedal your heels out. And breathe. Press into your hands just a little bit more and imagine at the same time you're rooting up through your feet. Draw that energy into your heart, from your hands, from your feet, from the earth. Draw it up into the center of your core and feel the strength that you can muster from pushing against gravity. Look towards your hands. You can walk or hop up to your hands and forward fold. Let your head hang. Let your arms hang. Maybe grab your elbows and rock from side to side. Maybe sway forwards and backwards. Remember your breath. You can nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders onto your back, neck comes back, and exhale, fold. Bend into your knees and sweep your arms up and overhead. Palms together and down through your heart center and alongside your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. This time grasp your hands above your head and extend your pointer finger like this. Reach with all that you have. See how long you can get. You can look up towards your your fingers. And on your next exhale, begin to tilt or point your fingers towards the left side of the room. Making sure you're weighted equally in both feet. Breathe here. Support your left side by making sure that you still have strength on your left side. Support your right side with your left side so you're not crunching into your left and collapsing your left. You're staying long on both sides and reaching up over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, come to neutral. And this time, give yourself a little bit of a back bend. Make sure your tailbone is tucked to prevent your lower back, to protect it. And reach behind you. Inhale, come up. And exhale over to your right. Making sure you're not collapsing on your right. Staying long, expanding through your fingertips. Breathe. And inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Reach up and exhale. Begin to give yourself a little bit of a back bend. Tailbone is tucked, belly is strong. Inhale, come up. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands, and walk yourself into a high plank position. With your elbows tucked in towards your sides, or you can lower your knees, or you can just lower down from here. Chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Press into the tops of your feet and press into your hands to give yourself a little back bend. Inhale. And exhale, melt to the earth. Curl over your toes and press up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe here for a moment. Inhale your right heel towards the ceiling. And exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Drop your left heel so you're in a front heel to back arch alignment, or an extended T with your feet. And inhale your arms up alongside you, parallel to the earth. Warrior two. Here I want you to really tuck your tailbone, expand your hips, bring your shoulders onto your back, and make sure, look over your back fingers and your front fingers. Make sure your arms are straight, pointing to the front and back of the room, parallel to the earth. With every breath, feel your chest expand, your belly expand. And with every exhale, see if you can extend and expand even more into the space. Look over your front fingertips and imagine that laser beams can come out of you, and really feel that energy expanding past your body and into the room or the space that you're in. On your next exhale, drop your left hand, lift your right arm, look up towards your right arm, comes up and overhead, reverse warrior, and breathe. Feel the length along the right side of your body. Feel the strength of your legs rooting down from the earth and holding you. On your next inhale, back to warrior two, and exhale, drop your right forearm to your right thigh, lift your left arm up and overhead. Side angle pose. Breathe here for a few breaths. Feel the length along the left side of your body, from the outer edge of your left foot, through your leg, through the side of your abs, your obliques here, and up your arm, and out your fingertips. You can look up towards your hand if you're able to, and see if you can get a little more length along the left side of your body. Breathe into that space. Inhale, windmill to the warrior two position. And exhale, drop your left hand, lift your right arm, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two, and exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two, and exhale, plant your hands to frame your front foot and step back into a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out. And breathe. Root in from your arms, from your palms, from the balls of your feet, up through your pelvis, through your heart, and into the center of your core. Draw the energy from the earth up and feel it, how it provides strength for you. Inhale your left heel up towards the ceiling. And exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Drop your right heel so your feet are in a front heel to back arch alignment. And inhale your arms parallel to the earth, pointing at the front and back of the room, warrior two. Tailbone is tucked, belly is engaged, hips are open. Make sure your front knee, your left knee, is tracking over your ankle so it's not coming inwards. Feel your shoulders come onto your back and just look over your front and back fingers. Make sure they're pointing straight. And then expand. Use your breath to help you expand. Imagine that energy that you just drew up into your core from downward dog can now be channeled and charged to shoot past your being, expanding even beyond what your physical body is capable of doing. On your next exhale, drop your right hand and lift your left arm up and overhead, reverse warrior. Breathe here and feel the length and strength along the left side of your body. Look up towards your left hand. Inhale, back to warrior two. And exhale, drop your left forearm to your left thigh and your right arm reaches up and overhead, and breathe here. You can look up towards your right arm. Feel your foot, the outer edge of your right foot, grounding into the earth, and draw that energy up along the left side of your body. The right side of your body. And expand that energy beyond your fingertips. Breathe. Beautiful job, everyone. One more breath. Inhale to come up to warrior two. And exhale, drop your right arm, lift your left arm, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Side angle pose. Follow your own unique rhythm of your breath. Back to warrior two. The next time you come into warrior two, windmill your arms, hands plant around your front foot and step back into a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out again here. You can drop your knees about as wide as your mat or just wider than hip width apart. Bring your big toes together, untucking them. You can sit your glutes towards your feet and then melt your heart to the earth. Extend your arms out in front of you. This is your child's pose. And breathe and rest here. Your forehead can come to the earth. Your arms extend out in front of you. You can tuck your toes and bring your knees in a little bit. So you're in a tabletop position. And then once again, send your your glutes towards your heels. Extend your hands out in front of you, but this time tent your hands with your fingers being the main contact on the mat, as if you've got cupcakes under your hands and you don't want to crush them. Lift the underlining of your arms and melt your heart towards the earth. Breathe. Puppy dog pose. Inhale, come up to a tabletop position, and then roll over onto your glutes. You can face the long edge of your mat if you need to. And bring your stance wide. So separate your legs. Remove your glutes from your sitting bones so you can root here, which is very important so that we don't have a tendency to fall backwards. Bring your feet as wide as you can, which may not be that wide. Don't judge yourself. Inhale, grow long, and exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front of you, making sure that your shoulders are still relatively on your back so your heart is leading. Maybe that means your hands do not go out very far. Mine don't. That's okay. Flex your toes towards your face, engaging your legs, and begin to melt with your chest. Know that how far you go here says nothing about you. It says nothing about your flexibility, your capabilities. Don't judge yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to grow. No matter where you are, I want you to take a moment to say, either out loud or in your head to yourself, you're awesome. You're doing great. I love you. With every breath, melt a little bit more into this pose. There's no rush here. Maintain your engagement in your feet. Your toes are still flexed to your face, and your shoulders are still supporting your back, so your chest can lead. Make sure the nape of your neck is drawn back so your spine is in line with the rest of your spine. Sorry, your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. Push up into your hands, coming up into a seated position, leaving your legs as they are. Can you inhale, grow long, and exhale, turn to face your left foot. Inhale, grow long, and exhale, fold over your left leg. This time you can reach your arms forward, giving yourself a bit of a back stretch. You can look your head down, feel the stretch along the right side of your back. And breathe into those tight spaces, expanding them with your breath and releasing any tension or resistance with your exhale. Two more breaths here. You can do it. Walk your hands up your leg to help yourself sit up. Rotate to neutral, facing in between both of your legs. And exhale, begin to walk your hands out, making sure your chest is open here. Inhale, come up to sit. Turn towards your right leg on an exhale, and inhale, grow long. Exhale, begin to fold towards your right foot. You can hunch your back here, you can look down, reach with your arms. Feel that stretch along the left side of your body. Maybe look down towards your right leg. And breathe. Be exactly where you are without worrying what's going to happen next, how long this is going to last. Take advantage of this moment to be completely in it. One more breath. Inhale, come up to sit. Use your hands to walk up your leg. And exhale, fold to the center, making sure that your chest stays bright. Your neck is back, and your gaze follows the line of sight of your heart. Draw your neck back. Make sure your head is not jutting forward. Inhale, come up to sit. You can bring your legs in together and just give them a little bit of a shake. You can face the short edge of your mat. Remove your sitting bones, your glutes. Inhale, grow long, flex your toes towards your face, and exhale, forward fold. Once again, we're leading with our hearts. So this is more of a stretch along the back of your hamstrings than it is along your back. Inhale, sit up. And exhale, this time reach with your arms and give yourself a back stretch. So your shoulders can come forward, your back can round, your head can look down. Maybe you grab your feet, your ankles, your shins, whatever you can. And feel the stretch along your back. Beautiful. Inhales, come up to sit. Bring your left shin parallel to the front of your mat and flex your left toes towards your left knee. Bring your right knee out alongside your right hip and bring your right foot just outside of your right knee. Flex your toes. Inhale, grow long and rotate towards your front leg as you might be a little bit in between your legs. Grow long and face the front of your mat and exhale, forward fold over your front leg. Maybe you need blocks here so that you can mount. That is okay. Do what you need to do. You can put your forehead on your blocks like this, or like this, kind of working your way down, or you can of course meet your hands on the mat. Folding over your front leg, can you breathe into the outer edge of your left hip, your left glute? Inflate it with air. Three more breaths here. Find a quiet moment of contemplation with yourself where you just simply hear your breath. Push into your hands and come up to sit. Bring both your knees in towards your belly and give yourself a little bit of a hug. Genuinely take this moment to hug yourself. Send yourself some love. Bring your right shin parallel to the front of your mat. Flex your right toes towards your right knee. Your left leg comes out beside your left hip, and your left foot comes just slightly outside of your left knee. Inhale, grow long, face the front of your mat. And exhale, begin to fold over your front leg, feeling that stretch in your outer right hip, glute, and just breathe into those spaces. If you want, you can also put your left arm on the sole of your foot and your right arm on the outside of your right thigh and kind of give yourself a bit of a squeeze here. Really helps you feel it in your glute. No matter where you are, your neck is back, so your head is not jutting forward. Breathe in, expand, and exhale any resistance, any tension. One more breath here. Press into your hands. Bring both your knees in for a hug and genuinely give yourself a real loving hug. Extend both your legs out in front of you, give them a little bit of a shake. And then roll onto your knees. Toes stay untucked. And just lift your glutes from your heels so you're elevated onto your knees. We're going to go into a bit of a challenging one. This one is called camel pose, and I want you to honor your body here. So if you can't go all the way, if you feel like one of the bus stops is tough enough and you're good there, don't try to go to the next one, because we don't want to injure yourself. So your tailbone is tucked, your belly is strong, your toes are untucked, so the tops of your feet are heavy and grounded into the ground. Even imagine your pinky toes pressing into the earth, giving you additional support and strength. Take your palms and put them just on your low back here, as if you're putting them into your back pockets almost. And inhale, expand your chest up towards the ceiling. Exhale, just begin to send yourself into a little back bend. So you can stay right here and explore how far you can go. And to really honor yourself, if this is your bus stop, please don't go any further. You can. This is a great place to explore because you can go far, you can stay light. What I want you to do is open your chest, and if you're able to, you can reach for your heels or your ankles. Camel pose. Your neck is back so that your chest can radiate open. Fill your body with air. You can begin to straighten up. And exhale, come to your hands and knees. Press up and back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. You can step or hop your feet towards your hands and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders onto your back, neck comes back, and exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep your arms up and overhead, palms together, and then down through heart center. and alongside your waist. Beautiful. Take a moment to feel into your mountain pose. Hands to heart center. When you acknowledge the infinite potential within you, rather than limiting yourself, you're able to expand into every moment. You're able to explore the possibilities. Maybe give yourself an opportunity to surprise yourself. Can you find expansion, length, alignment, even in moments where you want to collapse? Make your way to your mat and lie down on your backs. Feet come wider than hip width apart, maybe wider than your mat. You can scoot your tailbone down to reduce the curve in your low back, and tuck your shoulders onto your back, palms flip open. Breathe. Imagine that every muscle in your skin is melting towards the earth. Every muscle in your face, in your scalp, your throat, your chest, belly, and your limbs, melting like a puddle. Your body is your home. Begin to invite some movement back into your fingers and toes, your hands and wrists. Bring your feet together and your hands together up and overhead and give yourself a stretch. Lengthen as much as you can. And then roll over onto your right side, using your right bicep as a pillow. And then press into your hands and come up to sit. Hands at heart center, bow into your heart and thank yourself for taking the time to practice. To give your body some love and nurturing. The light and shadow in me bows to and acknowledges the light and shadow in each of you. Namaste.